All right, so for marketing, I'm transitioning from this room and I'm going to move everybody to the 5th floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we now have 2 dedicated marketing rooms. They're a bit more jam-packed, I admit, but there's some open space over here. They can congregate there. They can watch the television. I think they're pretty well thought out, as far as scam call center goes. And then we have in these rooms 24 computers, and it's not too crowded according to the game. So 24 computers here and 24 computers here. So I can have 48 marketing staff in 2 different shifts. I have capacity for that now. So like over 100 people, 96 people. 96 people can be here. And my marketing team. I think 96 marketing team is more than sufficient for pretty much my entire playthrough. So this will be where our marketing department is. Now for support, I'd like to bring them to this floor too. I've colored the walls orange in this hallway. In case you haven't noticed, every floor, I guess this is an office though. Every floor has its own color, right? So if you come down here, the hallways are this blue color, and all of the hallways are that color. There were a few things, like this hallway wasn't the correct color up until now, so I've got that corrected. So there was like a few things I needed to correct, but otherwise everything here is pretty good. I am noticing also, though, this little issue, really quick issue here. It's a non-issue, but I'm making it my issue. I'm gonna just copy F1, 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 come over here. This has a purple border on it for some reason. Not sure how that happens, so we'll just go ahead and correct that. There it is. And so we've got that. And then up here, it's got this purple color. That's probably where it came from somehow. Yeah, there's the purple border here too somewhere. That's weird. Let's do that really quickly right here. There we go. So those are both the same. And then if you come up here, the walls, again, are all the same color. The elevator tells you, like when you get off the elevator, you'll see the color. So employees will know, again, there's some visual cues as if you're an employee of this business and, thinking about IRL, right? You come off the elevator, you see blue walls every day, you're on the right floor. Or, you see the darker color wall that's every day, you're on the right floor. But if you're used to seeing this color and you get off the elevator and you see this color, it might be like, oh, wait a minute, something's different. And that might cue you in that you're on the wrong floor. Anyway, so we got this. Now, for support, this is my current support room. There's 26 computers in here. That seems to work pretty well. I got nothing against that, but I'm trying to make everything sort of unified in its purpose a little bit. And I think now I've decided that this side of the building on floor 5 is going to be marketing and support. So everything in here will be related to marketing and support, which is kind of what this floor over here used to be before we moved the building, and then I could make development offices over here. So now I have development over here, adventure 1A, adventure, 1B. What's going on with this? Hang on. This is 1B. Yeah. So 1A, 1B is adventure development, right? Well, I mean, I could do more down here. We could do more development tasks down here. And I would like to remake this area to where there's 2 separate offices. And so I want to move people out of this anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, for now, we're going to come up here. And this team's name is going to change. Marketing 1 is going to change to 5A. And so we're going to put marketing 1 in this office and marketing 1N in this office. This is where they're going to work now. And so we can move them out of here and then I can redo this office. So let's just switch teams and we'll have nothing through here. Maybe we'll give like I don't know, we should probably get like a spare team. I'm just going to do like this, spare. All right, just spare, simple. Now the room is for spare, right? Okay, we need a support team too. Now I think I could, and I'm not sure what the size is for this, but I think I can just do this because I don't mind the layout here. The issue is it's just a little bit too much on this end and a little bit too big on this end too. I could place it right in the center though. It wouldn't be the worst thing I've ever done. But I feel like the center is maybe more useful as another thing. So I kind of want to make 2 support rooms now. And then like individually, these support offices can be like, this is almost the right size. It just needs a little bit of a correction. So I think I need to custom make these offices is what I'm saying. So I think I want the door, the wall to be here, right? For this office. Out like this. And then we just bring it all the way, parallel with that one, I suppose is probably good. So that can be an office. right, for support. And then we could do the same thing over here, just keeping in mind that this side of the building is not a completely straight wall. But it's a big support room, but I could do something like that and just have that be the whole big thing. It's not terrible. I think instead, though, of doing that, what I probably will do is I want to get up some bathrooms over here and stuff, right? We don't have any bathrooms over here. So I want to maybe think about that ahead of time. I think it's all right. I just need to have enough space for the bathrooms, right? That's the key. So, so now that we're on this side, with the window being there, we could have bathrooms be about like this. All right, I think I got everything I need in here. There is one thing I wanted to do, which is kind of pointless and is not necessary, but I'm going to do it anyway just because I think it'll look better. I'm going to take in every bathroom in the entire building, I'm going to take all of these lights out. And again, I know this is kind of whatever, but I'm going to replace them with the wall lights because the wall lights have a perk about them, right? They're more desirable. They're more attractive, right? So the bathrooms are very small as is. So I'm just going to try to give a little bit better presentation to these inside the bathrooms. So we have 6 bathrooms over here for all of these guys. I think that's a pretty good amount because I can't place the desks along the wall comfortably. I mean, I could just scoot this a little bit over, but I'm leaving that open for the moment anyway. There's actually only 21 computers in here. I have this big open space over here too, where I'm kind of like allowing them to get up and lounge around or whatever, you know, water cooler type things. I imagine these guys will also come out and hang out at the water coolers because I haven't tried this before, but I wonder if I make both of these support one, just have one giant support room, right? And then, or rather one giant support team. And then just say both of these rooms are for support team. They'll work in different offices every day. I assume that both teams will just spread out amongst these offices somewhat evenly. And in that case, I guess they probably will come across the hall and just hang out in here too for the water cooler. All right, we're going to see how well this works. So I'm going to go support one. There's 25 people in this team. We're going to go support one in this office and this office. I'm going to see just how they split each other up, whether they just use random computers every day or what, but we're going to see how that works. I've got marketing 1, which is going to get its team named, or is going to get its team renamed. So marketing 1N is now going to be, I know. It's how I like to do it, all right? 5AN. Now 5 meaning it's on the 5th floor, team A. That way, when I look at a team, I know exactly where they are. It's like super obvious to me where they are because the floor that they're at is part of the team's name. Marketing 1, same thing with the colors and stuff too. I try to name them, put them in colors that I like. So this is 5A. There we go. And we also now have, if I go like this, we now also have a 5B team, which I've placed with 18 marketers. And we have Muhammad Zaninga. He is very good, and I've got him as a mentor for the team as well. I could probably do mentoring here too, just to really raise everybody else's level up. Carry on, 70 people on vacation this month. Again, something I'm totally fine with, because if you got to think about big picture, right? Big picture, they all do the same amount of work hours per year. I don't care when they do it. Same amount of work hours per year. It doesn't matter to me. That said, though, if you're thinking about it a little bit, right? If we have, let's say, 25 people in a team, their room could have 23 computers. And it would be fine because 2 of them are on vacation at a given time. That's fine. You know, you could think of it that way. It's cool. So anyway, we have a marketing and support department over here on this side now. That's nice, right? Take a look at our updates. We got architecture research is finished. Let's go ahead and do that. We can get our audio research unpaused then. And again, just assume I'm doing all these things. Let's finish Pixel Forge 2's update. Assume I'm doing all the research stuff, even if I don't, tell you about it in the video. Okay. Now I can take all the furniture inside this office and go ahead and just pop it in inventory. So the office is empty now. Right, there we go. And then I can just tear it down too. So let's just take this marketing room. We're just going to tear this whole thing down. And I guess what I probably could do is, instead of tearing it down, I could see how to improve the space, because the space is already kind of outlined. And so I'm thinking I want 2 separate teams here, I think. And then we got to do the whole cubicle call center thing here to make sure that they don't complain about noise. I'm going to do a little test here just to show you. So right here, I've got this nice clean walkway right here. And I don't think I'm going to need extra barricades or whatever. It's like sound barriers here, but we'll see if they complain about noise in this room. Over here, I've got these extra ones here to prevent noise. So if someone walks into the room and they need to walk to their desk, a lot of people are walking back and forth. We don't have anyone complaining about noise because they can't hear it from this side. So we're going to see whether or not that is a thing. And if these guys don't complain, then I can remove these ones and it's no problem. Television in the hallway. I don't think so. I'm not looking for this to be like a really serious break area, but they do kind of need more areas like that. Areas where they could converse and do these types of things that they want to do without interfering or, bothering other people. So if I put it out in the hallway here, that's probably going to take care of that. So this is no longer a support room. And we could probably redesign this here as well. So for the time being, this is also designated to spare. So we have 3 spare rooms now by moving everybody here up to a really nice compact. I mean, it seems compact because it allows me to jam a bunch of desks in these offices, but 2 wide walkways throughout. Very nice. And I'm not sure what we're going to do in this area because we have the glass right here, so I have to consider that. Like, what am I going to look at while I'm in here, right? I got this little office space here. That looks kind of neat, but what am I going to look at over here? Don't know. But this hallway could extend all the way over, and we could have this be another work area, right? If I need to expand something. Yeah. Now, I've been doing a lot more editing with the last few videos, you guys can tell, and I don't exactly know at this time whether or not I'm showing you a lot of stock market stuff. I sort of been skipping a lot of it because it's not that interesting to look at, but I did want to give you at least an update on where we are on stocks. So right now, I have just a very small amount of coral because I want to monitor it. Because I don't think that these guys are necessarily going to make a lot of money right now. But I did want to monitor their stock, and I wanted to see, the next time they get a product coming out, which is really late next year, I think, or late this year. I think they launch another one in December. We can take a look at that. But it's going to steadily drop until that point. So I'm just looking at it, but I can also just go in and just buy half the company right before they get anything. So keeping an eye on that. And then Moby Systems, I'm up 100% on this pretty much. So $8 million is what this is currently worth. And if we take a look at their stock, their chart line go up still, right? So we're still doing that. I'm still buying as much as I can there because they have a really great lead designer too. And their products are pretty good. Monday.com is the only one I have any significant loss with. At least I did. But that's changing now. And it's almost break even at this point. So the stock had a little bit of a dip and it's going to start coming back now. Again, just taking a look at a lot of their products. I'm not really going to get super deep into these things, but just know that in the background, I'm kind of monitoring the situation, sort of monitoring where each company is and buying stocks accordingly. I'm trying to get used to this view. This view is it shows me more, right? It shows me less at the same time. And I'm just trying to get used to this right now. So we'll see how this goes. I can't reorder these or anything. They seem to be very pinned in this order. So, this is just I have to scroll a lot to see things, but I feel like I like this interface more. So I'm just trying to get used to it. So Blue Dwarfs, they're 100% on everything here, and we're ready to promote this. So let's go ahead and do that. This is now in beta. We can go ahead and fix the bugs. I need this press release done, and these are all assigned to our 3 marketing teams now, keeping in mind that the extra marketing team that I've hired is only a daytime team. There we go. NVIDIA is accessed. Oh boy, NVIDIA is in the game now. They're worth 190 million at the start. Let me see how that's working out. So this is their first month here. They have a 94% inspiring. Wow. Yeah, that's big. They're offering just 0.3% of their company, and I'm going to take it. But that's the other thing about having the best distribution network is that as soon as a company goes public, I get notified. It's almost like I'm subscribed to new companies weekly or something, right? Because as soon as a company goes public, they want access to my network, which I feel like is a little weird because, you would think this is February, right? You would think that even before you go public, even as a private company, you would want access to this stuff too. But it's just the way the game is made. You only know about companies that are public. I've never done this before, so maybe this isn't a thing in the game. But I'm thinking I can probably poach their worker a lot cheaper, a lot easier if that company is a subsidiary of me, right? I think that's a thing. At least it should be a thing, you know? Hiring this person, they're basically my subsidiary, so I should be able to move them over to my company cheaper. I don't know if that's actually a thing, but we'll take a look at it later, I guess. I'm clicking my money trees. So this is very interesting, and I didn't know this was a thing. This guy is complaining about having too much noise. And I thought that was interesting because I have the cubicles properly set up here. I even have the space behind him so that people going in and out of the office doesn't bother him. But he is right next to these two people, and I saw this person like standing over this person and they're talking. This is mentoring, right? She's very good at her job and she is mentoring, and this mentoring is bothering him. He's just like, this is too loud. This person won't stop talking. I didn't realize that was a thing. Like, I know that they get up and mentor, but I didn't realize it was a noise problem. I mean, it's very cool that it is. That's a little bit, yeah, just learning things as I go here, yeah? Sailing Stars update. Man, this is taking forever, but you know, 98% done. We'll see how long that takes now. 93% done on the ZCOM update. Tons of bugs being fixed in both of these games. Really trying to bring them up to date with modern technology. And then updating the Char Games framework so we can get ready for additional games is also something that's taking quite a bit of time. Got to keep an eye on NVIDIA as well, because their first product here in April is the Pippin console operating system. So that's going to be their play. They're in the console operating system business. And we should see how well that works. It doesn't actually list this as a product right now. It releases at the end of this month. So this stock will immediately, you know, be super good. But unfortunately, I can't have more than $500,000 worth of it right now. That's just how that goes. I have a little taste of their stock, right? We'll just see what they're going to do. It's another way of keeping an eye on them too, is that. And now that you've released it, it's not updating this. It's May. Did you not release it, NVIDIA? I don't think they released they were supposed to release it. It was on the calendar to be released. What am I looking at here? NVIDIA, right here. It says 0 products. So they didn't release in time? Is that what I'm seeing? 190 million still? But yeah, I don't see it. It was supposed to be April. I guess maybe they're just late. Not a good sign. Anyway, Blue Dwarfs needs to be released now too, so let's go ahead and do that. Should rate pretty well. We had decent marketing at it. We had growing follower base for it. Is a wild card at this point. You see Blue Dwarfs everywhere you look. If you see it everywhere you look, I feel like the stars should be higher, but all right. We can't turn our heads without seeing Blue Dwarfs. I'm not completely sure I've heard about Char Inc. before. Really? Really, guys? Come on now. Come on now. Magnificent piece of work again. Let's go ahead and print, I don't know, 40,000 copies should be good. Marketing campaign, let's limit it to 30K for now. It's a DLC, right? So, and then our new thing is not these 2 teams, but rather these 3 teams. Where is it? Right here. These 3 teams are on it now. I really want the ZCOM update done. This is taking so long to update, and I don't know how to make this faster. Somebody tell me how to make this faster. Like, there's a lot of people on this, but it's not an obscene amount, right? At any given time, we have about 32 people. All right, 35 people, whatever, working on it at once, which is a lot. I know, but I mean, does it really go faster with less people working on it? I guess at the end, maybe it does at the very end. We could just do core only. I mean, they're fixing the bugs pretty well. Char update's done. The engine update too is also still core. So like these guys are hitting both of these updates. Can I just, this is a 10. Yeah. So I feel like the engine update needs to happen too, so that I can get additional games done. And then this is the Char Games framework update, just stalled at 99. Has been for quite a while here. This ECS thing, like these guys are just, I don't know, they're just picking their nose or something. 99% just stuck here. I wish I knew how to affect that. how to make this different. If you have input on that, let me know in the comments, because there's probably something I'm missing, and it's kind of irritating. It's like, I get it. Like, if you have too many cooks in the kitchen, that it slows things down. I understand that. But when it's sitting at 99, how do I alter what I've got to make it better is my thing. Because like, I've already taken less people on it. If I just do this, I mean, there's only one team working on it anyway, right? This is just around the clock. So if it's only core, I guess that's less people. But maybe what I should do is take these two offices here. There are only 12 people in each one of these. Maybe these are patcher teams instead of a mobile game team. Maybe these two offices are comprised of, like, say, I don't know, 12 medium programmers, and all they do is patch things. All we do whenever we need to update something to tech levels or whatever, that's all they do all day. I think I'm going to do that. There's still a lot of projects I have working on that are not part of project management. And the updates team is focusing on project management stuff. And the more things I add to project management, the more things they have to update. So I don't want to add too many things for them. Having more teams that are dedicated to that at lower salaries even is probably fine, right? So if we hire, let's say really all we need are programmers. We don't even need artists for anything like this. We say medium, and compatibility with core is what we really care about here, but we go capacitor, sure, that's fine. And then I do this, and then I say I want a new team, and these are patcher 1A, let's say. All right, so all of these people presumably would be good with that, but like, they have lots of skill, that's fine. Good programming skill, that's fine. We could go in to do something like this, and then you have some 3D. I want system people though. Yeah, system person here. Let's do, I got a little bit of system skill here, that's good. 2D skills, 3D skills, whatever. Like, you're patching certain things, but I think it's mostly just the programming skill itself, not so much what your stars are in. And then I get a leader for that team, yada, yada, yada. But like, there's 12 people. There's gonna be 12 people on this. So we need a few more programmers. And I can even go low at this point, and then they'll just be trained over time. And then there we go. So we have a patching team. And then once we get the second one filled in, which I'll do that right now offline, we'll get that right now filled in. So we have 2 patcher teams. And then all I can do is, like, I just assign them, like each of these when we upgrade them. Because, like, look at how many things we have coming, right? Sharpened Sword is an alpha. That's going to get released pretty soon. And then we've got YOLO, Betrayal, Meadows Rift, and First Future all in, like, late design, mid to late design. Char OS is, progressed in iteration 3 now. Even the Char phone is it's progressing quite slowly, actually. I feel like I need more people on this. It says for Char phone, right? It says estimate recommended designers is 9. I've nailed this, right? This is exactly where we're supposed to be on this. But it is taking longer than I wanted it to take. It's not really important that this is high quality. It just needs to be out on the market so that we can develop games for it. And then from there, we immediately start on time. We immediately start the next operating system. So it's not a huge deal, but would have been nice to get like maybe 3 full iterations in on it. And for that, I probably need some help with other designers to kind of chime in. And I could do that too. Like, as Char OS, for example, as soon as this is done with its design phase and it moves on, it progresses to development, I could then assign this to Char OS as well. And then the people who are primarily designers will still be doing design work. It'll just add a few designers here, while everyone else who's not great at design will, continue to develop the operating system they're supposed to do. That's one way to go into it. It'll progress it, and like in the later stages of the later iterations, maybe through, say, like 2 3/4 and push it through 3. That might be cool. So I'll take a look at doing that later too. This is absurd. This has been like this. 99% has been stuck there. ZCOM is, every bug is fixed. I can hit this button to fix all the bugs. It's just, then I have to give up the tech upgrade, and the tech upgrade is massive because it's like 6 years behind. The same thing here. Char Engine 2 is like 6 years behind. So I just need these updates to hit to 100%, and then I can hit finish and then fix the bugs after that. Okay, so it is June now, and both of my patcher teams are made up. I can have a little bit more with patcher 1B, but that's fine. And we need to get some additional tasks rolling here. There's some urgent matters. At the top of the screen, it says that supported operating systems for ZCOM no longer have any users to sell to. I've spent all this time upgrading its tech and fixing its bugs. I haven't been able to port it yet. I just haven't had people available. Well, now that I have the patcher teams, we can go ahead and do that. So I have a port going for ZCOM. This will introduce it to FreeDOS. That's 2.4 million users. There's another operating system actually that has even more. So we're going to work at that. Well, not even more, but about the same, I think. Yeah, I can look at that for the port. So if I hit update, if I hit port here, let's go to ZCOM port. And we're going to Unix 2. Sorry, Unix 2 is where we want to go. The FreeDOS is just above this. So 2.4 million users, and Unix 2 has 2 million users. Okay. Unfortunately, you cannot port the game to two different ones at the same time within the same task. What I mean by this is that if I select this one, it will get incorporated into this task, and then it will not be available for either operating system until both of them are done. I don't like that. So I'm going to do one at a time. And unfortunately, I can't have another team do the other one either, which sucks. So games 1 and games 2 are both hitting this as hard as they can. I'm going to swap them off of this and give this to the patcher teams. They can hit this. Then games 1 and games 2 don't have anything to do at the moment. We could get them patching something else instead. I think it's probably a good idea. Sailing Stars is probably in the same boat if I'm understanding this correctly. All right, so now we have Patcher 1B working on patching Sailing Stars and porting it to a new operating system. And we also have a team focused on patching ZCOM. The ZCOM one is a bit serious because Sailing Stars still has some users. It's already on FreeDOS, but ZCOM doesn't. So I'm actually going to have Core help them. But that's like a situational thing. I won't do that very often. So the two games teams now then, I would assume, means that they have nothing to do. I have this filtered by task order. And so games 1 and games 2 have nothing to do. Not a great thing. So let's have them make DLC. So I'm going to look at ZCOM here really quick. We're going to develop an add-on. And we're going to develop an expansion pack. And of course, this is going to be the Long War expansion pack. Obviously, it's a mod usually. That's what I'm playing, by the way. Second channel, link in the description. But in this game, it's going to be an expansion pack. So we're going to base it on CharEngine 2 because we can now. And our design teams for this will be games 1. We're going to stick this on games 1. So games 1 will have this one to do. Okay. And crank this up. And the long work package will be 40, I guess. We'll sell it for that much. Yeah, go ahead and develop that. And then I want another one, I think. This will be a content package. And we're going to call this one a Tactical Legacy package. Yeah, I know. I'm stealing from it. This is Tactical Legacy. Game engine is going to be 2. Anti-piracy is Pearl. And then our anti-cheat is TrueSight. Teams for this are going to be games 2. Tactical Legacy, also $40 develop. So those two teams are going to hit the add-on stuff for ZCOM while the other teams focus on getting this thing ported to more users. That'll be huge. But we're now spending a whole bunch of development time making content expansions for a game that has a 1,500 users because of how bad it rated. But I guess we'll see. 2D research is nearly done. Man, this is so close. It just needs a little bit more push. And there it is. All right, let's get the patent started for that. Apparently, I've won an award of some kind. Once more. All right, we're going to take 3rd place in something here. Yeah, slowest furniture to Image Shop 4 gets 3rd place for best product. Okay, fine. And this is, again, slowing the accumulation of dirt. And where do we want to put that? Honestly, I'm kind of thinking, does this stuff count as the dirt? Is dirt? Or is it something else? Like, this is just messes. Like, I think this is trash, not dirt. I think the dirt is just this room, which, by the way, that award being in this hallway is super helpful for that. And I think maybe we'll get this award in this hallway. That seems like a good one because this is a good hallway for that. So let's put you maybe on the shelf over here. That seems like a good spot for you. And once again, refresh that list. Nope, refresh it one more time. There we go. And we'll put you right there. That'll help the dirt accumulation in this room now too. We got lots of security forces around here. Lots of people in suits just standing around. I actually am all right with that. I'm completely fine with it. Am I overspending on my security? Yeah. And that's okay with me because they're really not that expensive. we're talking $1,500 extra per month for each one. So if I'm over 3, let's say I've hired 4 extra guys, right? I mean, that's like, what? That's like 3 couriers, 4 extra guys. Okay, so that's $6,000 a month. Whoops, not this. That doesn't help me. Yeah, this. I don't care about $6,000 a month. I don't care. I'm going to have lots of cool guys walking around with suits and sunglasses. I think eventually we're going to win all of these awards. We're going to get Best Employer, we're going to get Best Product Designer, and Most Profitable Product all in the same year. Just like Hollywood Animal, that's going to be the goal, is to just sweep the Pollux. Well, this is sweep the software times. That's what we're going to be doing. And right now we're capturing. Look at the market here. We're almost a third of the market. Despite there being 5 players total, we have a third of the market. That's pretty good. There's definitely some people that are not willing to pay GOG. Their cut is coming down, though. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to lower my cut below 14. Really, guys? All right. Like I said, I'm overpaying for my security, so bring it on. All these, like, so many cars. Look at all the cars. Like, this giant traffic jam happening here. Wow. Hey, maybe we could... Oh, I should probably consider that, shouldn't I? If everybody's going down one single road here, that's a big deal, isn't it? Excuse me? Excuse me? I was just talking about how I was overpaying for my security. This camera is currently off, despite having all of these monitors. Why is this camera off? You know what? Let's just do this. Let's just do this, okay? That's security. Where else do we want security? In here? I think in here. Let's say you. Nope. No, stop it. You and you are now going to be assigned to security. All right. Now let's see if they walk into this room and see them. If any of them come and do that. What's your name? What's your name? You are Taylor Sandoval. All right. Yeah, we're cheating. You know this. Taylor. Let's get their type. Where's security here? Taylor, right here. You are now assigned to security as well. Now get down there. No? You're not going to leave the station? You're not going to leave the station. What if I sell it? I can't sell it because they're burglarizing me. All right, well, fine. I guess they're stealing my printers. But you know what they're not stealing? My gold. I just don't know how they got past this camera. Even when they leave this room, like, look at all this. Look at they're stealing all the printers. But when they leave this room, they got to be seen by this camera, right? Look, now it's currently off. Wow. I think they got an inside man. Now, see, it's on. They just happened to get into this very narrow gap of time where the cameras were, like, watch this. Wow, yeah, I say it's on now and it doesn't matter. So they're just going to steal all these things. Okay, you win, burglars. I don't know how that happened. I have so many people on cameras, and I don't have that many cameras. This is 5, 10, 15. Hold on. Wait for it. 20, 25. I have support for 25 cameras. How many cameras do I have? I've got one here. I've got one here. That's 2. Is there any way to see how many cameras total I have in the entire building without, like, actually going and searching for them? 11, 12. So I have support for twice as many cameras as I currently have. I mean, they're pretty much always going over here, right? This is the place they stop. This is where all the hot stuff is. But like this camera should have seen them. And the fact that it didn't is really crazy. That's kind of bonkers. So they did get away. They got away with 63 items. Yep. They took 63 printers. That cost me $3.1 million. GG, criminals. GG. Well played. I don't know how you did it, but you did it. You got past this. You got like the very small part where this camera was off somehow. All right, it's on now. I got a second camera here, I guess. Want a third one? Here, one of them's got to be working, right? I mean, I'll just stack cameras here if that's what it takes. This room is now considered a security room. We can have some security officers assigned to that room now. Like Taylor, who didn't get up out of her seat when I told her to. I guess that's part of the balancing, though. So 6 to 2. 6 to 2 and 6 to 2. So we got 3 people assigned to security rooms, and we only have 2 security rooms. Pretty much should mean that, you know, they're going to be there between 6 and 2. And then we can take our 2 o'clock one, or let's go 1. 1 a.m., 1 a.m., and 1 a.m. You are also assigned to security rooms. Okay. And that takes us to 9 a.m. So from 6 p.m. to 9 a.m., we should have a person physically standing in these rooms, in addition to twice the camera coverage that I require. And yet, somehow, I feel like they're, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like they're inside, you know? They just know. They know things. 3D network has nothing to do. That tracks. That's all right. It cost me $3.1 million. And I was just talking about my security and how I had too many security. And apparently the game is like, oh yeah? What do you think about this? Wow, Sailing Stars is running out of stock and is losing sales at the turn of the day. That's crazy. Look at that. It's spiking big. So Sailing Stars is definitely selling better now. If I take a look at my manufacturing, I've got the limit for this set to 90,000. Doesn't seem to matter. They took them all. So that's great. It also means that expansion pack opportunities are going to be way better for this. And we're porting to 2 more operating systems. So, I mean, I think we got to take advantage of that, right? Sailing Stars needs additional DLC. So let's go ahead and do... Honestly, maybe we have a really kick-ass soundtrack. And we should just get that in there, you know? I think we should. Char Engine 2 for that. Development teams, OST edition. I don't know. I'm just going to say OST. I'm just going to say Sailing Stars OST. I want to put the whole name in there, I think. Maybe not. Maybe that's not necessary. I just don't want the list to say OST only here and the list for products, right? I want it to say something else, like the full thing. So I'm going to do that. But we're going to make this thing $10. I know it wants me to do more, but I want to just, I think we dramatically increase our sales by doing that. And then, yeah, Games 2 can make it. That's probably fine. I think don't we need art for this? Yeah, we need art for this. Only 35% expected interest, which is interesting. Okay, maybe we'll go 20 with it then. I think I need an artist, though. Maybe Core makes this. Core doesn't have much to do. We could see what Core can do here. I have more artists and stuff in Core. Let's do that. I don't want to get in the habit of that, but Games 1 has expansion packs. Game 2 has expansion packs. They're kind of already working on expansion packs. So I'm going to let Core... You know, Charlie wants to have some fun with some stuff too, so let's do that. And then right here, we'll develop yet another add-on for it. We'll do another content package for it. And let's see. So workshop effects. So this is Sailing Stars. We did the legendary sales pack. And I think this one is going to be... This one says exclusive asset set. Asset set. How about we go... We did legendary sales before, right? So maybe we do the Legion weapons pack. Yeah, okay. I'm just thinking out loud here. Everything's based on a new engine. So we're going to keep cranking out with Char Engine 2 now that everything's updated, right? And then we can give this one to 2. I'm all right with that. they have other things to do, but they're churning along on this. It'll be fine. They can design 2 things at once. I'm all right with that. Let's go ahead and do that one, and then we turn right around and do another one. This is another expansion. So our first expansion was what? The red giants. Then we did blue dwarfs. So now we can do, how about green havens, green heavens. Let's do green heavens. And it'll kind of be like this, not really a metaphor per se, but it's like the nebulas, right? And how they're all just super bright colors and everything. So this will be green heavens. And again, we can just max these out. I know there's a lot of stuff there, but you know what? We want to go big. And then this one can be for games 1. So my 2 games teams are kind of my add-ons. You know, they add things while the other teams are going to handle the new versions and things like that, right? So games 1 will take this one, and we make it $20. All right, 85% interest is pretty good. Choosing Char Engine 2. Yeah, let's do that. I'm also thinking that I probably need a bigger accounting department still. So I'm procuring more gold right now just because I can, and I'm placing it over here in my vault, of course. So I've got now 6 tiles worth of the 10 million gold. And we can see that, you know, with the change in prices since I bought it. So I'm up 2.4% on that one, 2.4 on this one, this one. This one here was purchased a little bit earlier. I'm up 6% on this one, right? And I just purchased these 2. But I'm thinking, I think my accounting department just needs to be bigger, because when I take a look at my taxes, I got decent optimization. When you think about like how much the accounting department, or sorry, when you think about how much the accounting department costs me, they're definitely paying for themselves like way in advance, but like they're still not sufficient. I can definitely do better on this optimization. So I'm thinking I need a gigantic accounting team. So why don't we have this be accounting on the 5th floor? So marketing, support, bam, this big accounting room right here. All right, so it looks a little bit like this. We got all these desks, 26 of them with laptops and phones and all that all throughout. So we're gonna go ahead and get this team sorted to accounting. There are only 8 in this team. And then we're gonna take the actual accounting room that's right here, and we're gonna say that it's a spare room for now. Actually, are we gonna do that right now? We're gonna wait till they get the gold, right? They don't have, no, they're not procuring anything at the moment. Okay, so let's do that now. So this will now become another room for spare, and they can go up. Eventually, they can go up. Apparently not. Oh, did I actually don't think I took them off of it. Yeah, I gotta take them off of it first. There we go. Now they can go upstairs to their new office right here, which is almost an exact copy of the OS team's office. I just cloned the room and brought it up. The only real difference is a color scheme, positions of various different artworks, and then I have an inbox here. I have phones throughout instead of calculators throughout, and that's it. That's pretty much the only differences here. So when you're looking through there, you get almost the same thing, right? I don't know if I like that too much. I might mirror this, maybe make the water cooler over on this side, but it's cool. I like how you can hide the UI. Like, I like how I can just watch every single floor, people moving around on every floor. It's not great frame rates, albeit it definitely hits frame rates hard to do it this way, but I just love the way it looks. I'm gonna keep that going as long as my computer will allow me to. I'm gonna keep that going. I'm used to, you know, games that play at sub 60 frames per second. You know, on this channel we do a lot of games that are CPU limited. You know, pathing for various different people and stuff. So kind of used to that by now. All right, let's check out, let's see what we have here. If I take a look at my various different teams now and the number of tasks they have, we should see that basically the only people without tasks are research. Yeah, it says the suits have no task because they just now have, we have the 2D patent now. Yeah, so let's get them off of Crunch for the remainder of the year. All set up. So yeah, I like this. This is nice. Very specialized floor over here for all the support stuff that I want to basically set and forget. I like it. And then we have this extra floor in case I need more, and then the solar. And I think that's it. I think that's the top of the building. I'm not going any higher, you know? There's no reason to go any higher. We're good. So I have this extra floor just in case I need it, but otherwise it's empty. And then, you know, the one I'm developing right here. Nice and packed in. I like it. Also, because you guys notice everything, and there's no way I don't get this comment. if I don't do this. Yeah, when I copied this room, it brought the windows over from this side. So I have now removed those windows. They don't have windows between the marketing offices anymore. You're welcome. Okay, so I'm setting up a new room over here. This is that final room here on the second floor. This is going to be my engine room, right? This is going to be a room where we have our engine team, if you will. And it's complaining about too many computers in here. It's complaining about air quality too, but I can fix that easier. The too many computers thing is a little bit of a problem. I'm going to put this on that wall, even though pretty much nobody will be able to see it. Yeah, I think that's fine. Let me go in and get these things sorted out here. I want to get these right here. Got tons of these to do, but they're all just along the wall. Probably what I'll do is I'll take this wall out and put this wall here. It'll connect here. So like this whole archway will end up being a part of this room. There's not really any reason why it has to be here. It's just looked better, I thought anyway, but to be able to see this, area through that window. Can't do that. No, it's gonna have to be there or here. And maybe this could work. That may, oh, hang on. No, it still won't let me connect. Interesting. Have to be 1 unit apart. Yeah, I know. That's what we got going here. Maybe this, just straight to there. That might be enough. I just need to add a little bit more floor space to this room is all. So yeah, that's brutal. Okay, so I mean, it's got to go here. It still won't even go there even. We got a problem here, don't we? Because I don't think I can connect that any other way. I guess that's technically more room. Just a hair more. I don't think that'll make a difference. I might have to just take and have less computers. That might be the only way to do this. Okay, it'll do that. And then that's just complaining about it being accessible. That's not bad. We could play it. I can work with that. Let's remove this. All right, that makes it a bigger room. Of course, we have the bathrooms and stuff to deal with there, but that bathroom is gone now. And then I now have a better room. Right? One that they can actually reach. Yeah. And now it's not complaining anymore about having 21 computers. Cool. Can I have 22? How many can I have is the question, right? How much will you let me have? The curve does make that a little bit weird, but we've got these guys in here and I could probably redo this. If I just move the bookshelves and these shelves and stuff over, I can probably fit this over here, which would be a better fit, I think, for the rest of this thing. So let's get that on grid. There we go. And then just probably want to reset my grid now because I don't really need it to be like this anymore. So let's get that to be reset. Come on. There we go. All right. So you should be lined up exact now. Yep. And then on this side, the team leader, lead designer, all these things, I like to put a little bit of variance, I guess, in there for them so I can kind of see them a little bit. I like doing it that way. I don't know if this is really for anyone else, but I like it. So we're going to go ahead and put another one right here too. And I'll get this plant to move over. I guess we'll put it over there. Does it complain about 23 people? Does it complain? It does. Yeah, a lot of computers in the room. Okay, so we're going to remove that one. So the maximum in this is 22. All right, I can work with that. So what I want to do is I'm going to completely enclose this person because they're going to have people walking past them all the time. And that's just, yeah, I'm going to try to prevent that. We got the bookshelf there. Where's my clock? Clock. Don't have it. Okay. So let me get my clock in here. Put it there, I suppose. Maybe over here. Yep. And then in this area, we could have the hangout area. So let's just get the plant to be over maybe like that. And then the hangout area can totally be here because I'm fully enclosing this leader here. So they're not going to be bothered by it. So we'll just have this be kind of where this goes. There it is. Good enough for me. I know it's kind of crowded there though. So maybe we'll switch it to be over here instead. I think we'll switch it to be there. Get the plant through here, helping that air quality. There we go. Yeah. That'll do. Okay, I think there's enough space between these guys to where I won't need to put any dividers. That said, they are not on the grid here. They're slightly in. So if this is technically less than one full tile, so I may still need it. I guess we'll see. All right, so that's engine team. Now the engine team, We're in September. It's 6:20. I have this timed. Okay, I know I didn't start it immediately because I wanted everything updated first. But I'm trying to time this so that the next version of Char Engine comes out right before 2003. Technology is done. Because then I can transition and have the next version, that final version of Char Engine, can then be with the dedicated servers and stuff. Okay. Transition MMO to Char Engine 3.0 to utilize dedicated servers. This is actually going to be 4. I think it's going to be 4.0 because it's going to allow me to update that framework so that I can hit networking stuff very hard. So the next version, 3.0, I'm kind of amending the plan a little bit here. The next 3.0 version here is a dedicated team, all in-house tools. We're going to add dedicated server, but that's not happening in 2003. That's going to happen right now for a release in 2003 so that Char Engine 4.0 can have the dedicated server utility. Now, one of the things I wanted to do here, and I'll get my team sorted out in a second, but when I go to make my new engine, this is Char Engine 2, and it is now updated to where it is mostly 1997 technology. There's still a couple of outliers here, and that's because of the editors. I don't really want to use my competition's editors. Yeah, so kind of need my own tools to be upgraded there. I'm assuming project management's working on that. They just haven't done it yet. So I went ahead and I'm doing it myself here. Pixel Forge 2 is nearly done. And then I guess I have to do Image Shop 4 as well, right? I guess I have to do that too. Actually, they're already started on that. Okay, so this is me pulling 2D Teams thing directly into this window. So now I can see both of them. So when they're both done with this, and I think I'm going to put Patcher on this too, just to kind of have them help out with that, both teams. When these guys are done, then I can begin Char Engine 3 as a sequel. And what we're going to be working on here, mostly for this, I'll just add my framework, which should be done. I might need to upgrade the tech levels on this a little bit more. It looks like we're at 96 on audio, so I need to do that. And then I can get the framework updated with these all to 97 now, so I need to work on that. But once that's completed, and I guess it's not really that big of a deal if it's completed, I want to focus on this, right? We're going to add a lot more network stuff to the engine. Because the engine, the reason I'm building my own engine and not using someone else's is because I want to make sure I have great networking function for my MMO. We're doing an online, we're going to be doing a transition to a subscription-based online game that is always online, always up to date, and all the expansions and everything are always hitting into that one game that people are subscribing to. Kind of like a World of Warcraft situation, right? That's what we're doing. And so I want to have nat traversal. I want to have the built-in anti-cheat, and I don't know what this does when it comes to game evolution. My theory here is that this does not change the requirement to have an anti-cheat in my games. I'm hoping it does, because that's kind of redundant at this point, right? But I don't know that it does. And the thing is, I don't know if it matters because I already have my anti-cheat tool. All it would mean is that I no longer need to develop an anti-cheat tool, which means I can have that team doing something else. So I'm attracted to that idea. If I can just have this built in and not have to worry about the anti-cheat, at that point, True Sight can just, disappear, fade into nothingness, and the whole True Sight team can go off and make games, right? So that would be nice. So I'm gonna look at that. I'm gonna add this to my engine, even though I know it's very expensive when it comes to time. But you can see it's gonna take 21 programmers, and this is why I wanted at least 21 people in this office or 22 people in this office, because I need to have a leader there too. So that's 21 programmers that are gonna be part of this team because I'm adding these two requirements here, right? I'm adding both nat traversal and built-in anti-cheat there. Now I could do the packet compression and all these other features. I could totally hit this, but now we're up to 24. So now I'll need to add another team to help develop it, which is, again, not that big of a deal. But, yeah, and then I have way too many artists, which is going to slow down the art stuff. And so I want to configure this to where basically engine team has one artist, and that's it. It's possible that I'll need, like if I add all of these things. I don't need any art, right? Like none of these things add art. 2D stuff. No requirements for art here. Yeah. It's purely, it's an engine. It's not, you're not making art, you're just supporting it. So you need like one artist for all these things. Yeah. Okay. So that's what we're going to look to do here. So the engine team needs to be configured with one artist, about 10 designers, and then a lot of programmers. All right, we got Rylan Crawford as the leader of a 21-person team. I've moved Winter Cameron over to this engine team. We already know that she's inspiring, 77%. That's better than anyone we at least know of right now. I'm going to have her make Char Engine 3. I'm going to look for somebody else, recruiting a visionary at some point here over the next decade. I think I'm going to try to do it like the earlier part of that decade. Maybe we try to get somebody around 2003 that is very capable. We can have this engine be designed by them as well. That said, I was going to make the next version of Char Engine, the one with a dedicated server and all the networking features. I was thinking about making that one in-house. So that way our game is the only one that can do the things that we're doing. But I don't know how that's modeled with this game. You know, like I don't know if that actually increases the sales of our games over other games. I don't know that. And so I think maybe doing the in-house thing isn't the best idea. I don't know. Well, we'll talk about it in the comments. You can tell me what you think, if that's going to actually increase my game sales or not. I don't think the game models that. Buses are filling up. Consider building parking. Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me right now? What? Holy smokes, people actually take the bus. Well, here's the thing, right? A lot of them have walker as a trait, right? And so they only take the bus. Or they don't drive a car, right? I have plenty of parking, so I'm not sure why anyone wouldn't be able to park here. But I think we need more bike parking. That's what it seems like. Luckily, there's plenty of spaces for that. So why don't we go ahead and grab... I don't want it to be too... Like, I like the cars being here. That's for like visitors and stuff. Let's buy this lot. And we'll turn this one into more bike parking. I mean, like, I was thinking about like making like a park kind of thing, you know, just like fence it in, put a little bench out here kind of thing. So just so it's not all concrete for now. So I come up with a different solution here. So I just have like a little bench here, you know, in the center. And then we can add, you know, some additional trees and stuff. I kind of want the bigger trees. These are just, none of the trees in this game are big enough. You know, like all the trees you plant are pretty dang small. I want these. Where are these? Like that. Yeah. The curb wraps around in the corners. I think that looks pretty good. Yeah. All right, cool. It's just a little green. I just feel like you need a little green area or something in there, you know? Maybe we can add, you know, you add one of these cash trees to this area too. Why not? You know? Make some money from my cash trees. The accounting team has just lost their leader and is no longer under HR management. Oh boy, did she get hit by a car or something? Vivian Dawson. She just retired. Okay, good. You know what? She was here for 15 years. She's my original accounting team leader. Yeah, she was pretty good. But now I have to replace her because, yeah, not under there. So accounting definitely needs a leader now. So let's go over here, say lead. Yeah, lead's good. And then we'll have them be compatible with accounting. Where's accounting? Right there. And then, yeah, multitasking HR. We don't need the automation focus. Just mostly on the multitasking focus is the big one for this. I don't really need a born leader either, but since you are a lead, all right. This looks pretty good. Cairo White looks pretty good. The more skill over here, though. Multitasking, yeah. Socialization is all right. And I'm not going to have you automate anything, so I guess this is good. Yeah, we can use you. Donna Gonzalez. She's a sunshine. Improves their mood, but then also terrible for rainy days. So she just gets a big bonus here and a big depressed here. Cool. So I have a bipolar Donna Gonzalez. You're hired for accounting. Let's bring that person up to speed for their job and their roles. Donna Gonzalez, you are leader. There you go. Now HR is back with the accounting team. All right, then. So Image Shop 4 is 99% done. There it is. There's 100%. Go ahead and solidify that. And with that done, Char Games should be able to finish. Let's put all hands on deck on that. I want that done now. If I can just get that done right now, I can start the engine. There we go. Okay, pause. So we're going to take and go to our products here really quick. And Char Engine 2, I should see, I believe, unless I'm wrong. I am wrong. I need this to be, yeah, right here. With those two tools, with Pixel Forge updated, we can now use it instead of Poser. And we did Image Shop as well. We can now use that instead of that. And now this can be upgraded now too. So I just want everyone to work on that upgrade really quick for the engine. So Char Engine 3, that's what it's called. I don't know how much we're going to charge. And then we're going to come over to the framework, which should be version 6 now. It is. And that should be all 1997 tech. Yes. Okay. So we're getting the maximum bonus we can, which is basically 30%. Right now, it's a 4-year project. But remember, I'm focusing heavily on network for this iteration. I want to get this ready for the dedicated servers in 2003. And I might even be able to put in... No, I think I want dedicated servers on this. So we're going to say NAT traversal and built-in anti-cheat. I have no idea whether or not this is going to stop me from needing anti-cheat later, but we have that. So now we have a 4-year development cycle. Got a lot of programmers here. Let's actually make sure the right team is selected here, because it's currently not. So we're going to make sure that Engine is the team for this. And Engine is the team for this. So with Engine taking over here, we have a little bit lacking of programmers here. I thought for sure I had more, but that's fine. The real big concern here is if we have too many designers, that design iteration just stalls. When we need more programmers, I could just add more teams to it, right? So we have Winter Cameron. She's going to be the one that's taking over as the lead designer for this. She's very skilled with game engine, and we already know she's at least inspiring, so that's fine. Now, right now we have a 91% wasted interest. This engine is for me. It's not for the market. It's going to be on the market. They can use it. They can buy it, but it's not for them. So I don't care about the wasted interest. I really just want these functions. Then there was one more I wanted to get, and I'm drawing a blank on where it is. Multi-threaded. I want multi-threaded module, and that's 6 years now, though. I was really hoping that would stay 5. If I add core to this on both sides, it's a 4-year project now. But if I add multi-threaded, it's still a 4-year project, and now we have appropriate numbers. So core's going to have to collaborate with them to push this, because I want this to be part of the framework. So now we can maybe get, because I'm still aiming for 5 years. I'm still aiming for a 2002 release. And then we patch it all up, make it all look pretty. 2003 rolls around, and then we hit the tech. We get the networking patents and stuff, and then boom, we go towards dedicated server with 2003 network tech. We don't need everything else to be 2003. We just need 2003 network tech. So we focus that down in 2003, get that research done, upgrade everything to it, and then we start the next iteration with that function right there. Okay. And then if there's anything else in 2000, I guess we could get 24-bit color. We can get HDR. That's in 2010, though. I like this. I think it'll be good. We have the appropriate amount of designers and programmers and artists. Yeah, we have tons of waste. Again, this is a tool for my own games, not for them. We're going to say FreeDOS 2 is what we developed for because it is much newer than FreeDOS. These guys are going to start pulling off of this operating system and going to this one. So we're just going to get ahead of that and get on FreeDOS 2 now. 2D editor will be our own. 3D editor will be our own. Audio tool will be our own. And we're the only ones that can do that because we're the most advanced technology in the world. Yes, we are. Let's put the price on this at $99 because I think it'll sell at that much. Probably. Server for this will end up being Engine, main SCM as we develop it. And that is it. We're not doing any type of project management for this yet. That's going to be once we hit this function, then they will do that. And we're going to have a really great designer for that. And then they'll take it from there. Yeah, develop that. Okay. Sounds good. We now have the Char Engine 3 project. Now, we need to release this in a year. Let me see the statistics on this. We are currently way under the recommended number of programmers. That's why. Well, okay, that's not true. We had core on this, and that was it. But yeah, I think I need another gaming team to help out with this. Why don't we have, let's say YOLO is the most progressed when it comes to its design. we could pause YOLO for now, come back to that later, and then have them focus this. So 2A comes in and assists with 2B. Wow. Took a long time to get there, didn't it? There. Okay. With that done, we now have just like perfect, right? That's exactly what we need for this game. And Sharpened Sword now moves to be the #1 priority for the teams that are working on it. And they shouldn't have any other projects anyway. 2A does have, right, they have 2 tasks, but that task is paused. Yeah, YOLO's design is paused. Now, the other thing I could do is YOLO is nearly done with its 3rd iteration. I could just pop this to development and let some people develop it. I could just say, you know what, they're done. But I want them to complete that game. So we're going to let that go. We're going to get Sharpened Sword accelerated there. And honestly, it's about time. I think they have to. I think 2B needs to be crunched now because they're about to take their vacation here pretty quick too. I think you guys need to crunch. And I think 2A is going to crunch with you. I think you guys have to crunch this. We need to go faster on that game. Obviously, we've already done 1 review, right? And the review said that it was kind of meh. So we reiterated that so that we could go a little bit further. So I'm assuming this is like a 7.5 now. We're not very well known for RPGs, but this is the first RPG, and I can't make any new ones with another, with a new framework, right? We have all the frameworks and stuff we didn't make here. So this framework is really old at this point because it's taking like 10 years to make this game. So I think I need to push that forward. It's a bigger priority than when I was giving it before. We're going to announce the Sailing Stars original soundtrack for a release in January 98. So it's going to be very close. We're going to let people know that that's happening in 3 months because it's basically done. And then as soon as it gets over here, we can go ahead and do a review on it really quick. We're just outsourcing the audio to see what they think of it. And look at that. It's a 10. The thing is a 10 right now. That's fantastic. So there's really no reason to iterate. Yeah, there's really no reason to iterate. We'll just leave it. And then as soon as it's completely done, the art's at 84. As soon as it's done, then we'll just push it, right? And then everybody's going to love the Sailing Stars soundtrack. I mean, everybody loves those songs. They're so iconic, you know? Everybody knows it. It's like playing to Xanarkand on the piano, right? Everyone freaking knows it. And you know what? My kid's actually my son is starting to learn piano. Starting is the wrong word. He's been in piano classes for nearly a year. And it's like an on and off thing. Anyway, I introduced him to Xanarkand, and he has begun playing it. He's got about half the song done with his right hand, and he's starting to incorporate the left hand into it now, and it's starting to sound, it's super beautiful. I'm like, yes, finally, this is playing throughout my house over and over again. What a song. John Fox retired. Who is John Fox? John Fox is part of Core. Okay. This is going to start being a thing, you know? We're going to have a lot of retirements going on. And as far as benefits are concerned, we don't have any pensions. But I could add like additional health insurance. Let me boost this up to 50,000. Severance pay, we can do like a 75 now. Vacation months, I really don't want to hit this yet. I think once we get less projects going, I can hit that. But right now, I don't want to hit that. Let's incorporate. Look at this. I'm upping the Christmas bonus in late October. Don't say I'm a monster. All right. I have feelings. I'm a human. I upgraded their Christmas bonus right before Christmas. It's a surprise. They're just now hearing about this. Hopefully they, enjoy working for me after all. All right, so the art is done over here. I don't know if it's worth iterating. Maybe I can get even better if I iterate again. Is there a reason to? I don't think so, right? There's no reason to do that. Now, we'll just finish this. This is fine. We're going to go in, 94, 95, whatever. And now we have a lot of followers. We need to make sure we're marketing this too. So I'm going to say we want video, of course. Video of our soundtrack. Yeah, we're making music videos for it. Sure. Let's make sure we're hyping this as well so we don't lose the followers. And then I want that original soundtrack to just be like the most popular thing playing on all the radio stations right now. We're just going to have a video game soundtrack playing on all the radio stations. It'll be great. All right, long war iteration is done. Now this can be pushed. I want to see how fast that is. It's pretty fast. I think I want games 1 to come in here and help with these guys when they're done with this. I think I do. I want them to help sharpen sword, push that a little bit faster. Because I want to get back on YOLO too, and I don't want these guys to have to stop YOLO. So that's what we're going to do, actually. I'm going to have 2A come back to YOLO, and then games 1 can help these guys instead. That's probably better. So let's market this. We'll go ahead and develop the Tactical Legacy DLC. Get that going so I can see kind of how fast that's developing, and then I know when I can market these. I'm thinking 6 months right now. November, it looks like April 98. We could go, let's say we release this July 98. We'll say July 9th, it's 8 months from now. There should be plenty of time. We can get the bugs fixed in it and have extra iterations. But really, it's about Tactical Legacy. I want both of these to release at the same time. So we're just going to say July for you as well. July 98. Go. All right. Then this allows us to get followers and stuff for it too. We can get some marketing materials for this one, but not for this one yet. We can just hype this one. And then hype this one as well. All right, so lots and lots of marketing things going on here. So I've been looking at this and how it all appears and everything and how they interact with it. And I've decided I don't want these to be bikes anymore. We're going to get rid of these. I don't want them anymore like this. I'm also going to delete all of these here too. Let's just destroy this structure, get rid of that. And we're going to get rid of this. Now, I am going to change this to parking. I don't like that either. But I think for this area, it's better. And I can have staff parking over here so that my cleaners and stuff are really close to the door. They don't have to walk all the way over here. This right here makes more sense to me for bikes because it's right by this door where all the showers are. So I'm going to take this instead, not roofs. We're going to buy this plot instead. And we're going to turn this into bike racks instead. And I think I kind of like the idea of, well, first off, I like the idea of them all being together the same this way. Yep, the same. So we're going to have more bike racks through here. And I'm going to leave this green for now. But if we need more, then we'll add another row. But I'm going to leave this green. I just want to expand the bikes this direction instead. So now if you come in on a bike, you can do it here. Because I looked at this. They're only really engaging with 2 spots anyway. The whole thing ends up being very empty on this side. And on top of that, I do have people parking over here. And they could be parking here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have these spaces are staff, right? And then right here is also going to be staff parking. And we're going to see just how many staff use them. I'm not sure how many will actually use it. But, you know, honestly, maybe just that front row. This can be anyone, I think. Yeah. But the front row here is going to be for staff. So cleaning staff, IT, maintenance, etc. They can all park right here. These 5 spaces are reserved for deals typically. I don't really think I'm having that many deals. And if I'm being honest, I probably aren't going to accept that many deals. So I'm actually going to go ahead and have these reserved for staff too. Just these 2. Yeah, this one here is going to be a staff spot as well. Let's check out the progress we've got. Green Heavens Green Heavens is basically done. So let's go ahead and pop that into development. I have Longmore ready to promote to beta, so let's go ahead and do that. And we can then go ahead and fix the bugs. Now, game 1, these guys are working on bug fixing for a little while, but I do want them to eventually come over and take over for the other stuff that we're doing here. Where did that go? Sharpened sword right here, yeah. I want them to take over for this project here too pretty quickly. Loads of stuff going on the left side of the screen as well. It says Sailing Stars is losing followers. All that's been corrected, so let's get rid of that. This month, these 2 are selling more stock, and I can go ahead and do that, I guess. Yeah, I'm like slowly acquiring. And it's, of course, right before December where all of these things are coming out here, too. So I have stock in almost all of these companies. I want to see about Rockstar. Let's get stock in Rockstar. So if we go over to stock, I don't own any Rockstar yet. So let me go over to companies. Let's find Rockstar. Reza Studios is also on this list. All right, they're doing a sports game right here. This is releasing very soon too. Just take a look at their stock. It's not been doing great, but they're about to release this game. And I think this might be the time where we see a little bit of a turnaround for this company. They're at 91%. I just cannot move this window right now. It's not letting me. There it goes. Yeah. We're definitely getting some slowdowns, like really, really bad frame rates now. I'm going to buy this. It's $17 million. And we're going to own a stake in this company. They got a pretty good lead designer, and they're about to release a new game. So we're going to get in on that. And then if I can take a look at Rockstar right there, $62 million. And if I could get the chart to be up, there we go. Line is going up. Can't seem to expand this. Yeah, line going up right now, right? And they're, again, about to release another game right now. So this might be the right time to buy Rockstar as well. They have, again, 95% inspiring person right here. I like it. And we can also take some of the stock away from Vodafone by doing this. So let's go ahead and buy these two companies, or buy the shares from these two companies too. We now own 25% of Rockstar Games. And that's kind of the only thing I'm interested in over here, isn't it? Do I want a console operating system? Maybe. You know, a computer operating system is less interesting to me. We could get Panasonic and Commodore. Which one of these guys are likely? Let's pick one. Commodore or Panasonic? Which one of these guys is more likely to have a winning product? All right. So Commodore, if I take a look at them, first, let's see how their company's been doing. Been on the decline for a while. When is the last time you released a product? All right. So the last time you released a product was 3 years ago. And that was this. It was a okay operating system. I think your total was a pretty big loss. You didn't actually make any money on it. Your sales were okay, but ultimately, I think pretty much things kind of fell short for that one. Now, if we take a look at Panasonic, your company has been on the decline for a little while too. Pretty much steady decline, right? And then if we go to the details for you, you have an inspiring 94% lead designer with game engine experience. It's pretty good. Your timeline, not your timeline. I want to know previous products. You've basically been exclusively focusing on this. Your best version you made was back in 85. I don't know if I'm excited about either one of those companies. I think I'm just going to pass on that. All right, the Sailing Stars original soundtrack marketing is finally completed. So now we can go out and everybody can love it. There's our followers. It's very nice, isn't it? I think it's very nice. We got that submitted there. Looks like we got a couple of upgrades here too. Well, upgrades to salaries, not so much your skills. You mean you're capable of the same things as you were before, but you want me to pay you more for them? What is this? Kind of crap is that? Just kidding. Tons of stuff to do, man. I just keep giving them more things to do. And all I really need to do is have every single project on project management. I know my notes actually told me, like, as soon as possible, start World of Wizards 2. I still haven't done that yet because I'm kind of locked into the existing things that I'm doing, and I don't want to add any more teams right now. But maybe it's a good idea. I have all this floor space. We got lots of hosting contracts and stuff too still coming in. These are big ones too. So we're definitely going to need more for servers. And thankfully, with that upgrade, we are at 53%, at least for now. I probably have to upgrade Vapor a little bit, but if that arrangement can take me to at least year 2000, then it's a simple right click to double my capacity pretty much. So Tactical Legacy Pack is done, and overall we're at 9.3. I have until July to release this though, so let's go ahead and iterate it again. Why not? We'll keep games too busy doing that for a little while. And then, you know, we had that notice about CharEngine not being compatible with any more users because of operating system. Well, we're getting pretty close to having these guys, or having it ported over here, and then getting all the bugs fixed and stuff as well. I think actually what I'll do is I'll submit the bug fix so that these guys don't have to deal with both of those things at the same time. And then I want to start ZCOM 2 as well, which kind of leads me into that whole moving legal here thing, because that's useful space. And these are offices that are just like ready to go. I mean, I could have a full-on 20-person development team in here. This one's got 26 people. We could have big projects in here. This could be XCOM's room. You know, I don't even need the mobile games to be in here. I'm talking myself into it. You know, I think starting next video, the legal team's going to be up on 5. I think we just do marketing, support. Basically, all the services are just up here. That's all the services, isn't it? Yeah. Specializations. So all 4 specializations on 1 floor. That's how we're going to do it, I think. We're losing followers here for Green Havens, but we're supposed to be getting up a press release right here. So let's get that press release going. Because Green Havens is dropping fast. There we go. Now we can see it grow, and then we can go ahead and get these guys hyping it as well. And then I want to go in and make a video for it as well. Sailing Stars is very popular. Like enough to where my expansion says 24,000 followers already. Like boom, just like that. So Sailing Stars is definitely something we want to expand upon. I'm thinking that's where I need my games teams to really start hitting this. So I think I do want to do that. I'm going to move legal to 5. And we can have a much more sensible arrangement here. Probably have 2 teams of 24 on legal. We'll probably copy this office and paste it right here, and then another one right next to that. And it'll be a very similar arrangement to this floor, honestly. Boom, we're $643 million now. We need to release the Sailing Stars original soundtrack today. So that needs to happen. Let's scroll up and find that because we have a lot of stuff happening. All right. So this has 21,000 followers. I've been hyping it. We can end that hype and then go ahead and release it. Its suggested price is $6. You know what? How about $5? I've barely heard about them. Whatever. The wild card at this point. Sure we are. Yeah. Marketing campaign for this $5 DLC. Yikes. I don't know. Let's do $12,000. Let's not do a lot. Don't need to be super crazy with it. We'll keep this with just 5B. And let's print. And we had a lot of followers. I mean, yeah, let's print 60,000 copies. Yeah. Sharpened sword, man. It's got to be. I'm crunching these guys so much. It's kind of brutal. I wish I didn't have to crunch them this long. They're not going to work very well after this. But you know what? If I could just get new people in here. I have the space. We have the technology. I think I'm going to do it. Guys, I think this is it for this video. It's been a bit, yeah? Thanks for watching. I appreciate you. There's just the scroll bar. I just keep going and going. So many things going on at the company. We'll see ya. Bye-bye.